So I had a phone call with a guy yesterday, and his main issue was he wasn't able to maintain a girl longer than a few days. So this is really important when it comes to relationships and learning how to keep girls around for a long period of time. So if you notice the girl kind of walking away or losing interest after the first week or two of you guys first meeting, we'll explain why that is and some other possibilities, but also how to overcome those situations and those errors that you are making, because those are definitely things that you can fix and solve very easily if you guys listen to this video. So the first thing is you guys have sex, you guys hang out, have fun, hook up, right? And she does not text you or call you or reaching out to you. What this means is not only does she probably have other guys in the picture, but the biggest thing that is usually the case scenario is the sex was super bad. The sex was trash, and that's pretty much it. And that will usually end off the girl not wanting to see you. Even if she really liked you, everything went super well, if the sex was trash, she might give you another chance, but most of the time it's usually a no, and she loses interest very quickly. So that's the biggest thing that I tell guys, and I ask guys, yo, was the sex trash, was the sex bad? And usually the answer is yeah, I nut too fast, or I didn't make her come, whatever it may be. Also, if you guys want to learn a little bit more about how to get inside of a girl's brain, orgasms is the greatest way to do so, because when a girl orgasms, it's a huge sense of feelings and emotions that rushes in, right? It's a really great feeling. And girls completely run off of emotions, right? So if you're giving her those incredible feelings or those high intense emotions, or you aren't in control of that, she's not going to really remember you for those things either, right? So that's why it's important to control those things, right? Because you actually have control of making her come and the sex. You have control if you can actually learn the secrets. And I highly suggest you guys go listen to Sterling Cooper if you guys want to learn more about those things. Another thing as well, if the girl is not, reaching out to you or texting you within the first week, one, she definitely has low interest. She definitely has a low attraction level towards you. And that could have meant many things, right? You could have displayed some weakness. You could have displayed neediness. You could have displayed many things that could have turned her off. And the biggest thing that turns girls off, if you guys read my book, The 4 Ways That Men Ruin Attraction, which you guys can read for completely free, the biggest way that I talk about is being too nice, right? So being too nice is going to turn girls off. All you guys have probably learned this a hard way. And if you guys have already learned this a hard way, then you guys can comment down below. You guys learned the hard way. I've done the same thing in the past, being too nice, being too friendly, and giving the girl too much, and giving her too much when she didn't deserve it is definitely something that's going to turn a girl off, right? Because now she doesn't value your time, your attention, or your energy, because now she knows that you're going to give it away for free. The biggest thing is, like, guys on the first date will mention planning the second date, which shows a lot of scarcity and fear, and you should actually be instilling the fear and scarcity into her that she's going to lose you. So many guys give the girl too much confidence that she won't lose you. So you need to display that you're busy, you have other options, and you don't have to say, I'm busy or I have other options. You just act as if you are, right? Even if you don't, but you just act as if you are, because you should be, right? So when a girl asks, oh, what days are you free? You don't say, oh, anytime you're available, or whenever you're available. Oh, let me know when you can hang out, right? It's, I'll figure it out and I'll let you know. Saying these little things makes the girl like, oh shit, this guy's, one, not eager to see me. He's not in a rush to see me. He's not fearful of losing me either. And he simply just doesn't give a fuck, right? These are all things that pop up in a girl's head, because she has hundreds of dudes trying to be nice to her, trying to text her, trying to reach out to her, trying to ask for her schedule, giving her their schedule, right? And if you're the only guy who's kind of, distance off, you're kind of indifferent, you kind of just don't give a fuck, that's what causes girls to be like, whoa, especially if they're hot, right? Because hot girls, they are always dealing with simps all the fucking time on their phone. They're getting thousands of messages. So if you want to be the guy to stand out, don't message her. It sounds really simple, but the key with women is doing less actually means more to them, right? And if you guys read the book, How to Be a 3% Man by Coach Corey Wayne, you guys will know that very well. Pulling back and kind of creating that roller coaster of drama, not really drama, but also the roller coaster of, oh my God, does he like me? Oh, okay, he likes me. Oh, I'm not sure if he's talking to other girls. Oh, okay, whatever, maybe, right? So it's constant roller coaster that you can control as long as you are doing everything right and you actually understand women. Okay, so the biggest thing that you need to look for is when her attraction towards you drops. So for this guy's scenario, the girl's attraction were dropping off after the first date, which tells me after the first date or on the first date, he was doing something wrong. Either he wasn't sleeping with her and he was being too nice and he was waiting it off and he's being too patient instead of sleeping with her on the first or second night, or when he did sleep with her, the sex was super bad and whatever it may be, right? But those are all things you could change. Those are all things you work on, so it's not that big of a deal. But this is all very important if you guys actually want to maintain long-term relationships. Because if you guys want to understand how women fall in love, it's three things: hang out, have fun, hook up. It's those three things that gets girls to fall in love every single time. And if you focus on anything else but that, you focus on the feelings, you focus on relationships, you focus on loving her and taking care of her and all these other things way too soon, she loses respect for you, she loses attraction for you, and it just dries up her fucking pussy. So focusing on those three things keeps it super simple for you, and it also just is sure proof to make her fall in love with you. And then it's your decision if you want a relationship with her or not. The feminine is all about being nurturing and caring and loving. The masculine is all about direction, mission, purpose, drive, right? So nothing about asking it, what are we, or when are we going to be boyfriend and girlfriend is masculine. That's completely feminine. So you're going to turn off a lot of women who just want to be feminine, which are actually all women. All women, I actually believe that deep down they want to be feminine. They want to be with a masculine dude, and it just takes the right dude to bring it out of them, right? Usually when you see a feminist who's angry and unhappy, I can tell right away she's not getting good dick. I can tell right away she's not having some masculine dude in her life. She probably never had a masculine dude in her life. She probably never even had a dad, right? She never even had a dad or a father figure, whatever it may be. So I can easily tell, okay, this girl is definitely not getting sex or getting the right masculine energy, the energy that she needs. This is exactly why she's acting this way. It is what it is. I'm not out here trying to save these hoes, but I can just notice it and spot that. Oh, okay. I can obviously tell, like, if this girl was getting dick, she wouldn't be acting this way. It sounds retarded, and people don't like to think, oh, girls don't care about sex that much. Trust me, bro, girls care more about sex than you do. A girl can't even fall in love with you unless you have sex with her. So if you think that girls don't give a fuck about sex, trust me, bro, that is your failed brainwashing that you have fallen for, because that shit does not exist. Girls care way more about sex than guys do. And trust me, I've been on both sides. I've been on the side of being a simp thinking that, oh, she doesn't care about sex. It's me who only wants sex. And then I am now on the side of, oh my God, I need these girls to stop trying to have sex with me all the fucking time. It depends on the guy at the end of the day, however, right? So if a girl is with a very rare and valuable top 3% guy, of course, she's going to want sex from him more than the rest of the other guys. So these are all things that guys need to understand, right? And these are all things that I kind of cover in other videos as well. But for this guy who asked me this question, I think the biggest thing that he's probably struggling with is just keeping his frame, maintaining his frame, and not getting complacent. But even with hoes, bro, they'll text you back. If you do things right with a hoe, they'll still text you back, right? So as long as you're doing everything right, they're still going to text you back, even if they have other dudes in the picture. So somewhere along the lines, you're messing up and you're not doing anything right. But of course, the odds of her messaging you back are a lot less if she has other guys in the picture. Of course, right? She might have a boyfriend. She might have a guy that she's fucking living with. People don't account for these things, but you guys have no idea how many girls will sleep with the guy, but they actually have a boyfriend behind the scenes. Like, when me and my girl are swiping on Tinder, there are so many chicks who literally have boyfriends, and it's ridiculous. It's actually crazy, because so many these girls will add me and my girlfriend, on Instagram, whatever it may be, and then they'll block us. And then one time my girlfriend was like, oh, maybe she didn't find you attractive. And I was like, no, she definitely found me attractive. She's like, oh, okay, yeah, true. Then a few days later, she adds us back, and she's like, oh, sorry, haha, my boyfriend was checking my phone. I had to delete Instagram, or I had to unfollow you guys, whatever it may be. So trust me, a lot of these girls on dating apps have fucking boyfriends that they're hiding from. A lot of these girls are hoes. It is what it is. But it's crazy to me how many guys brainwash themselves, because people don't understand, like, what you say, the words that come out of your mouth, the things that you think inside your head are all self-hypnosis, right? So many guys limit themselves, they brainwash themselves, and they think, oh, I can't find any better. She's the best option. And they keep telling themselves this, and then that becomes their reality. And they end up with some hoe who's sleeping with all their friends. every single fucking time. I see it every single day. I get hundreds of guys calling me having the same fucking problem. It's always the same thing. It's always the guy's fault. Every single time. Even if the girl's a hoe, bro. Even if the girl's a hoe. It's like the scorpion and the frog. There's a scorpion and a frog on one side of the river, and they need to cross the fucking river. And the scorpion says, "Yo, frog, let me hop on your back." And the frog says, "No, you're gonna stab me." Why? Why are you gonna? Why would you think I'm gonna stab you? Says the scorpion. And then the frog says, "Well, because you're a scorpion." And then the scorpion says, "Well, if I stab you while we're across the river, then we both die. We both drown." And the frog is like, "Oh, okay, yeah, maybe you're right. Okay, hop on my back. I'll give us a ride." And then he's hopping, he's swimming across the fucking river, and then gets stabbed in the back. The frog is like, "Oh, what the fuck? Why'd you stab me?" Scorpion's like, "Hey, bro, I'm a scorpion. This is what I do." And they both drown, they both die. So you have to understand, at the end of the day, it's not the scorpion's fault for being a scorpion. Hoes are going to be hoes. You have to take accountability as the frog and not take these bitches across the river. Stop trying to save these girls who belong in the streets. They're always going to fuck you over every single fucking time. So stop trying to save these hoes. The end.